please don't judge me. I'm still sick, but here I am once more. So I feel like we should normalize self acceptance. And what I mean by that is accepting ourselves as we are and not just who we're working towards becoming. Starting to see growth with more compassion rather than with punishment. And really know that we are worthy and deserving of what we want because we simply exist, right? And I feel like if we start to normalize self-acceptance, we wouldn't have to look at what other people do in their lives and look at ourselves and feel like, oh, I'm behind, or I'm not good enough, or why am I not there yet? Because we tend to punish ourselves without actually, you know, looking at ourselves and saying, you know what? I accept myself just as I am right now in this current moment. Doesn't mean that you're going to be here forever. No. Um, you are working towards becoming that. You are working towards that promotion, or you're working towards getting, being able to be financially free or financially stable, whichever is your choice of being. You're working towards that. But also accept yourself as you are, because you going through this journey is where you're going to fully not just only understand, but you're going to be more appreciative when you actually get there, because you're going to be like, damn, I accepted myself right then and there. Like so many people, for example, when people say they don't like their bodies, right? They start going to the gym, you start working out, you start doing things, you start caring about your health, which is a good thing. That's I'm not baby, because I need to too. Um but look at yourself in the mirror and say, you know what? I love my body. It may not be where I want it to be, but I'm working, but I still love myself as I am. I'm still enough as I am. Just right here, right now. Okay? And if you know that you're putting in that effort and you're moving towards that direction where you want to be, you should never put yourself down, because a lot of us tend to accept ourselves when we have the money. We accept ourselves when we got the body. We accept ourselves when we're already in the desired relationship we want to be in. But why can't you just accept yourself as you are just right now for simply existing? Because you are much you as you just as you are right now in this moment, and this current moment is just as deserving as the version of you who's already there in consciousness. And you know, for what I mean for my law of assumption people, I feel like the more we normalize self-acceptance, we don't have to always look towards the external reality or seek validation from external sources to prove to us that we are enough, or to make us, or to allow us to feel small, because you're not. Everyone is growing at their own pace. Everyone has their own journey. Everyone's journey is different. Just because you might see someone online that has things that you don't have yet doesn't mean that it's not happening. You know how many times people have put me down? People have said, Alize, you don't have this, Alize, you don't have that. And that's totally fine. But one thing I could say is that I do love myself as I am. And for what for what it's worth, what I'm working towards, absolutely. I know a lot of people might be like, for example, a friend of mine was like, "Oh, she was like, why don't you go to college, right?" And she was asking, she was like, I mean, you don't have kids, you have a lot of free time on your hands. Basically insinuating that, hey, um, why don't you, do something that makes you feel good or whatever, because you don't have a lot of responsibilities. Now, I'm gonna be honest. Okay, no, I don't have kids, but I still do have responsibilities. Not having I don't have anything against college, but it's not the route that I want to take. I did want to take it, but I was only looking at it because I was like, oh, this is something that, because I'm a recovery counselor, okay? I've been a CNA. I was a certified nursing assistant. I was a residential advisor, and I used to work at Job Corps. I'm not gonna say which one. And then I became a recovery counselor, and I love my job. I really do. Okay, it's not the best. It's not where I'll always see myself as. Just like I love creating content, but I don't come on here to create content because, oh, I'm creating content because well, unrealistic content. And what I mean by that is I'm not going to come on here and follow a trend. I want to come on here and be able to speak my mind and to be able to share my life with people, and for people who are going through the same situation as me, right? I am the type of person where I like to be upfront and I'm very assertive, okay? So I'm gonna tell you who I am. You're gonna see it. You don't I'm not gonna tell you, oh, I'm the most realist bitch. No, I don't have to tell you that. You would just naturally see that by my actions, right? So I wanted to follow the route of making content, and someone told me that's unrealistic. They said you need to go to college, you need to do this, you need to do that, and things of that nature. And if I go to college, that's my decision. That's my decision. That's the route I want to take. I will do that. However, if you know that there's something that you want to do, if you want to be a music producer, if you want to be a fitness coach, if you want to be don't allow your current circumstances to limit you, and don't allow yourself other people to tell you that, hey, you could be here. You could have been done that. That's why I say it's important to accept yourself with no fear. It's important to accept yourself and not give yourself punishment for where you currently are. We are all facing obstacles. Okay? I'm not crying, my throat. We are all facing obstacles each and every day of our lives. We wake up, we go out there, we go get it. Okay? I'ma tell you one thing. A motherfucker could tell you a lot of things, but baby, listen, Alizé she always gonna work. And even when I was still, even in my past relationship, I still was able to provide for my girlfriend at the time. I made sure she had gas in her car. I made sure she had a lot of things. Food in the house, a lot of stuff. That's just me. You feel me? And even when I was running low, that's crazy. Well, I'll do that again. Hell no. Baby, listen. But no, back to what I was saying. Do not punish yourself just because you're not there yet. Stop looking at, damn, I should already have this at this age. I should already be this. We have this thing, this societal norm where you have to have everything figured out at a certain time. Baby, it takes people longer. It don't mean you slow, but it just means, you fell back a little. But don't look at yourself as less than just because you don't have those things. Now, I'm not finna come on here like that homeless man on TikTok and say, yeah, oh yeah, if you homeless, baby, you can still go ahead and move in and do this. But let me tell you a quick story. My last barber told me, he said he met his wife when he was homeless. She took him in, she helped him, and when he got back on his feet and got his own shop going, boom. This was my old barber. Boom. He gave right back to her. Now, baby, I'm not saying go out there and just don't do nothing with your life. No, I'm not saying that. And I'm not saying also I'm not because a lot of us go through situations where things happen, especially with the economy that we are currently living in at this moment. So it's a whole bunch of stuff that's happening. But baby, listen, I'm going to tell you this. You are enough. And I want you to tell yourself, I accept you as you are. And I'm not going to wait until I have it all to accept you. I'm not going to wait until I have the money. I'm not going to wait until I got the car. I got the baddest bitch for my niggas. Or my feminine, my lesbians. I'm not going to wait till I got the baddest bitch, okay? Period. I'm not going to wait till the end. Baby, I'm not finna wait till the end. No. I'm going to say I'm working on it. I'm getting there every day because I'm putting in the effort. I'm putting in the work. I used to look at myself and I used to see myself as less than. And stop thinking that you have to have everything all figured out and you gotta have a Bugatti, you gotta have this, you gotta be doing all this because, baby, you are enough just as you are because you simply exist and you deserve it because you exist. You deserve to be wealthy. We all deserve to be wealthy. We deserve to look in our bank account. God damn, I done made money in my sleep. And for my people who know the law of assumption and are my Neville Goddard babies, oh, I farted, y'all. If y'all heard that, my bad. I couldn't hear. My ear clogged on this side. But yeah, for my law of assumption babies, y'all know. So let's start normalizing self-acceptance. Because, baby, your growth, your journey that you going through, that's what's going to make you look back and see, damn, I accepted myself when I was there, when I was down bad. And now look at me. Now look at me. I'm that nigga. you that nigga, babe. So stop putting yourself down. Stop punishing yourself for where you at. You are in a current situation that is not going to last forever. It is going to change as long as you trust in the end. All right, bye.